record as we do. I'm going to make sure and check out, make sure everybody's here, that we are live. Yes, there we are. Okay, I can see. Fantastic. Awesome. And yeah, we are live. All right, fantastic. Hello, friends. Hello. Yeah, missed you last week. Paige Stewart and I were engaged in a powerful retreat last week. Oh, I'm looking here. Okay, are we frozen? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Okay, I think we're here. Yeah, I think we're here. Goodness gracious. Come on. I think we're here. Can y'all see me? Oh, we love the technicals. All right, I think we are here. All right. Okay, hopefully we are here. Yes, and hopefully it's not a couple of seconds and it stopped. Okay. All right, maybe we need to redo this. I'm not sure if we are live. Are we back? Someone let me know if you're here. Are we back? Let me know. I know we're delayed about 20 seconds or so. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to go, and we're recording this. So hopefully, if we're not live, it is. So Michelle, yeah, thank you, Michelle. I think we're back on. Thank you, Stacy, for jumping on. Thank you, Samantha. Good to see you. All right, so we're going to jump on here. We're going to go ahead and move forward. So welcome to DLea, DLayered. We're going to talk about playfulness, friends. So typically on Tuesdays, we talk about levels and complexities of sex and intimacy, and today is no different. Thank you for your patience. We were off last Thursday, and we're back on our Tuesday lives, and we're going to talk about playfulness today. So if we are going and we are live and, okay, all right, maybe we're back, because I'm just seeing, don't you love the technical difficulties? So we're going to talk about playfulness. I'm going to move forward. So we always like to ask the question, why, right? Ladies and gentlemen, why are we even having this conversation? What I've come to understand is that playfulness in general, and we mentioned this over this past weekend with 6 amazing, tremendous individuals, ladies who came and enjoyed and participated and engaged in our Daring Deeply, It's Time for Me retreats this past weekend. And we were talking about this idea of playfulness and how we, I think we are dead. Oh my goodness. Are we here? Oh my goodness. I think we are here. Okay. I think we're here. I think we're good. We good? Let me know, Frecht. Let me know if you're able to see this live. Yes? Thumbs up? Cool. Are we good? Are we here? Looks like we may have a couple lives. People will be confused. Whatever. You're still on. Okay. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you. Big breaths. Hey, you never know. What's going on. Okay. So this idea of playfulness, and we mentioned this over the weekend at this retreat, and I think it's a powerful and important idea of playfulness. So let me ask this question for all of us here. Okay. Do you remember, and what did you recall from your days, and they may be minimal, or you may have some really powerful memories of when you were in preschool? Do you remember that? I would invite you, if you're able to do so, if you're listening to this and you're driving, please don't close your eyes. But I would invite you to close your eyes for just a moment if you're watching this live or later on #replay. Do you recall how you felt, what you were doing, how you were engaged with others when you were in preschool? Preschool. Do you remember? Were you playful? You played with toys? Maybe you got dirty and didn't care, right? You engaged with people without judgment. Do you remember how you felt in preschool? It's important, and it's an important foundation in which for us to create and craft here on this particular episode of DLea, DLayered, because we're going to talk about playfulness in the bedroom, playfulness within our sexual experiences, and how important and critical it can be, and how it can elevate our overall sexual experiences. Anybody up for that? Pun intended. right? Anyone want to again enhance their sexual experiences? My offer to us today is to incorporate this idea of playfulness. So I ask, how did we feel? What were we doing when we were engaged in preschool many years ago, right? Kindergarten, you remember, right? You played without thought, without reservation. You engaged with others. You say, hey, you want to play? And you played with the toys, and you did it without reservation, without judgment, without shame. So, why in the world do we tend to make sex so serious? That was my lame attempt at imitating Heath Ledger's character of the Joker in The Dark Knight. Why so serious? Okay, that was terrible. All right, if you can do it better, please let me know. Hi, Lori. Hello, Alicia. Hello, Stacy. Thanks for jumping on. Why do we tend to be so serious and so performance-based when it comes to sex? And somehow laughter and frivolity and giggling and playfulness goes out the window. Raise your hand if you've ever thought the idea, and I've seen t-shirts, I've seen memes all over the place where you're like, I am not going to adult today. All right. This idea of adulting, right, can in some ways be incredibly negative and pervasive, especially when it comes to our relationships. Right. We get on this road, this pathway of seriousness and adulting, and have to take care of this and bills and kids and agendas and busyness and houses and cars and all of this. And I got to go. Well, what happened to our playfulness? What happened to this deep desire for us to just play without an agenda, right? Without judgment? Research tells us that on average, we as individuals, children, stop skipping, right? Skipping, right? Do you remember when you used to skip everywhere? Or you ran everywhere? Or you tumbled everywhere? Research tells us that by the age of 7, we stop skipping. Think about that. When was the last time you skipped? Right? When was the last time you skipped? You laughed out loud, ridiculously. You danced in front of people and you didn't care. Yeah. Somehow, some way, we lose this idea of playfulness as we grow into adulthood. What it said is by the age of 7, we begin to realize that others are, quote, judging us, and they place shame on us. And then we then leverage that shame into adolescence and into adulthood, perhaps forever. Have you ever been told to grow up? Me too. We don't do that anymore. It's time for you to grow up. It's time for you to mature. It's time for you to be responsible. Right? And I would invite us all today to crash into that paradigm and that narrative to say that maybe a lack of playfulness in our relationships, and most notably today, a lack of that in a bedroom, is stifling our creativity, our playfulness, and our overall enjoyment of sex. I'm going to read some of these. Lots of laughter and smiles during playtime in preschool and in the bedroom. Yeah, thank you, Stacy. Lori says, communication is the key. A lot of playfulness is very triggering to some people. I think communication is going to be, and I can't quite see the rest of it. Thank you, Lori. I still do cartwheels, Lori says. Yes, she does, and I've seen them. Alicia says, LOL, putting playfulness and sex together used to sound so foreign because we were taught sex is sacred versus a playground. Wonderful share. Thank you, Alicia. I love that. Thank you for adding to the conversation. Sex as a playground. You remember the playground? I remember when I was in grade school, right? We got to go outside to recess and the doors opened and oh my gosh, frivolity, playfulness, laughter, joy. And you just ran. You just ran to a piece of equipment. You played kickball or you monkey bars or out in the field or whatever, captured bumblebees. That's what I did. It's mesmerizing to me to think that we actually ran around the field in the off the playground and captured bees in our hands. But we were having fun. We were being playful. Let's bring some playfulness back into ourselves and into our relationships and into the bedroom. Anybody up for that? Yes? I've asked that question once. All right. So getting back to preschool, let's start there. How do we do that as individuals and then be in a place of security and confidence and trust to introduce that into our relationships? And most notably, today, our subject is in the bedroom, in our sexual experiences, to be playful, to incorporate laughter and giggling and joking, frivolity without fear of judgment, expression without fear and shame. Do you remember how we expressed when we were in preschool? We laughed and giggled and shouted and then we were told by maybe, pardon me, someone to go shh, shh. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone on the call ever been told to shh? Stifled, dismissed, diminished, silenced? And when that happens in the bedroom, when the door closes or wherever you are having sexual experiences with your spouse and partner, that somehow the way that we behave as a playful nature ceases to exist when it comes to the bedroom. I would offer a challenge to that today. So I believe also, as I look over on my notes, I want to make sure that you know that I'm engaged here, fully present, that we are forced to mature prematurely. And by the way, what does maturation mean anyway? What does it mean to adult? What does it mean to grow up? What does it mean to leave playfulness behind? Grow up. Don't be a kid anymore. BS. I want to be a kid forever and hold responsibility. It's both and, as opposed to either or. I can be an adult and be youthful and be playful, especially when it comes to the bedroom. An important note here. We are not defined by our age. Sip of coffee. We are not defined by our age, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say that one more time. We are not defined by our chronological age. And as fun and playful as birthdays can be, it's simply a number. And yet, we have turned a number into a level of maturation, that we reach a certain age and we're supposed to, quote, grow up. Huh? Nah, I'm not interested in that. In contrary, I would ask and invite us to consider, rather than being defined by our age when it comes to maturation, is that we are, in essence, defined by our energy. Right? Our spirit, who we are, how we show up. Do we have a youthful spirit? Are we playful? This is going to directly affect how we show up in the bedroom with our partners, with our spouses. If our energy is adult, quote, adult, then that's where we're going to remain. And then we begin to shame ourselves and shame others because we're uncomfortable with the idea of play. Because for some reason, we cannot identify being an adult and being youthful. Absolutely. Lori says, no, age says the snow angel. That's true. Samantha, amen to that. Michelle says, oh, that shh sound is triggering. Yeah, it is to me too. Shh. Ooh, even doing that. Ooh, freaks me out, right? The library. I gotta be quiet. Oh no. DLea's in trouble. Jennifer, hello, Jennifer. Jennifer says, I love aging. Everything is better. Alicia, we are defined by our energy, exclamation point. Yes, we are. Thanks for the feedback, my friend. All right, so let's move into some action here, okay? Playfulness in the bedroom and sexual experiences. Are we ready for some to-dos? Are we ready for some ideas? Are we ready for some more information? Yes, I believe we are, since you can't answer me directly. All right, here we go. Playfulness in the bedroom. Here's some ideas. How about flirting all day? Flirtation is playful. Right? We've talked about flirtation a lot on these DLayereds. A lot. Flirtation, playfulness, they are one and the same. Right? Foreplay can be incredibly playful. Right? Playful. I love that word. Silly and giggling and winks, little smiles, right? From across the room. Flirting all day, right? And by the way, who doesn't love to flirt? There may be some folks watching this now or later on, hashtag replay, that may not necessarily like flirting, or maybe it's triggering, negatively triggering for them, right? So again, be mindful, be open, and be curious with your partner or spouse when it comes to this idea. Last time I checked, flirting is pretty much universal if it's received, obviously with consent, okay? But flirting is playful. Indeed it is. PDA, right? This may be controversial. Public displays of affection. This is flirting. This is playfulness. Public displays of affection. What has your experience been with PDA? I have been shamed for wanting to express myself with public displays of affection with a partner in the past, right? And it has affected me, right? Now, love the PDA. We're going to get to a little bit more into that in just a little bit. So hold that thought. How about this? Poking fun at one another. Without the presence of shame. This is important. And that we have a level of trust and confidence with one another, with our partner, with our spouse, that we can poke fun and be playful, right? Maybe add a little bit of sarcasm, not too much, right? I know Paige Stewart and I, we engage in this behavior all the time. We're poking fun at each other all the time, right? In love, in a playful way. We love to laugh. Be such fun laughter to the point to where we cannot breathe sometimes, right? Incorporating that laughter. This is before sexual activity takes place, but it builds a foundation, right? A pre-frame into the playfulness that's going to happen in the bedroom. And we'll get there in just a moment, right? How about as we move into the bedroom, now that we're here? Love touch, ESPIP, yes. Need flirting 101 lessons. All right, Lori, we'll do that on the mastermind call. People are like, how do I get on the mastermind call when I'm going to have flirting 101 lessons? It's good. If you want to know what we're doing here as far as coaching, let us know. Yes. So in the bedroom, ladies and gentlemen, incorporating playful activity like laughter, eye contact, smiles, giggles, tickling. You remember when we used to tickle one another when we were kids? Maybe we tickle now as adults. I would invite you to consider tickling, again, with consent. But ask your partner, ask your spouse. Tackling. Some of you are like, wait a minute, when did we go into a wrestling match? Maybe that's the point. Let's be playful. We're wrestling in bed, wrestling during sexual activity. Why not? Let's be playful. How about this? Being okay with whatever happens in the moment. Sometimes, and I've certainly experienced this, right? Bodily functions take place. Right. Noises come from the body that we didn't plan. And to be playful and to be giggly and to embrace the embarrassment, not the shame, the embarrassment of what that brings is like, everybody does it. And it's okay, and incorporate it into your connectivity in the bedroom. That we shed more of this idea of perfection and performance away from the bedroom and simply have fun. F-U-N, fun. How about that? Who's up for fun in the bedroom? Playful fun, to laugh and to giggle. Michelle says, tickling was a trigger for me. It was worth it to work through it. Thank you, Michelle, for adding that. Yes. Again, so much of this playfulness, by the way, can be negatively triggering. So be mindful of that, friends. Okay, with yourself. And I would invite you, right, and encourage you to work through that, to understand why, right? Not just get over it. Okay, we teach that a lot. We coach that a lot at Daring Deeply. It's not get over it. Your emotions and your feelings are absolutely valid and real, no matter what they are. I'm going to let that set for a moment. No matter what you're feeling, no matter what you're experiencing in and outside the bedroom, no matter what, is absolutely okay. All right. Hello, Kathy Allen. Good to see you. I'm glad you jumped on. And lastly, oh, not lastly, we got a couple more. Hang in there with me. Creativity, fresh new ideas. We've talked about being creative. In fact, I think it was last week when we were talking about enhancing the overall sexual experience, right? Is to be creative, is to be playful. You remember when you used to make up games as a kid, right? You had games that had rules. I know for me and my neighbors, right? We made up games all the time because we could, because we weren't allowed to go inside until 9 o'clock. Stay outside, stay outside. So we had to make up games, right? Do you remember playing until 9 o'clock at night, right? When the sun was going down. Okay. All right. And then lastly, be expressive, be you, and be loud. Be fun, be playful. So if it's you, if you're experiencing incredible erotic pleasure and you want to express yourself, by all means, express yourself, be loud or whatever it is. Maybe it's not loud. Maybe it's grunts. Maybe it's moans. Maybe it's screams. Maybe it's the person's name. But this playful, energetic, youthful spirit, I would invite us to consider is so incredibly important to experience sex on an elevated level. Yes. Hello, Caracole. Good to see you. All right, friends. Here are a couple of ideas to perhaps incorporate your sexual experience with your spouse, with your partner. Okay, a couple of things, right? Is to take games that you normally play. Perhaps I love to play games, right? Paige Stewart and I play games all the time. It's a way for us to stay youthful and play and be competitive and be loving, right? Is to take games that you already play and create rules, right? That can be incredibly sexually fun. One idea would be strip Scrabble. Right? Love the game Scrabble. Why not? Let's incorporate some rules that include some sexual overtones, not undertones, overtones. Strip Scrabble. Interesting. How about this? There are also games out there, dice games, right? Right? You roll the dice during a sexual experience and it says, ooh, touch her there, right? And this is how you would touch her, right? Allow the dice to roll to generate a sexual, playful experience that is new and fresh. You never know what could happen there. And then something else. How about this? How about placing bets? Some of us like to gamble. Okay. By the way, if gambling is a problem for you, be mindful of that. I'm not encouraging gambling, but you place bets, right? I will share with you that Paige Stewart and I love to place bets on ball games or scores of ball games. And then perhaps some of those bets will then turn into something playful in the bedroom later. Who's going to win this game? Who's going to score next? We both love sports. We both love baseball. And so we're incorporating those ideas into our sexual experience, right? It's playful. It's fun. It adds some spice, some youthfulness to it, because adulting for so many of us can be incredibly stifling, right? Exactly. Naked Wii bowling, Michelle says. I love the ideas. Keep them coming, friends. Thank you, Michelle. Naked Wii bowling. Wii, like the video game. Wii is, yeah. I know. I had to look at that. I'm like, what? What does that say? Thank you, Michelle, for your laughter, your playfulness, your fun. Always appreciate what you bring to the table. Okay, friends. So we need to review. We're getting close to time. All right. So let's review. Tapping into our inner child keeps our playfulness alive. Remember what we were talking about at the top of the call. Okay. Tapping into our inner child. Remember who you were. Maybe it's worth a journaling exercise, right? And to go back in time and to literally feel what you felt on that playground so long ago. And I wrote this in the notes: to hell with adulting with responsibility, right? To hell with adulting, meaning, okay, we can be responsible and playful and childlike. We can both and. It's not either or, right? It's what we coach and teach so often at Daring Deeply. It is a both and world rather than an either or. It's important that we're confident in our playful expression, friends, first as individuals, and then as we express that and communicate with our partner. Okay, which means, what do we like? Hey, can we be expressive? Can we be fun? Can we laugh? Can we giggle in the bedroom? Right? Can we laugh at one another? right? With confidence, with respect, with honor. It's important. Smile and laugh. Oh, it feels so good to smile and laugh. And that should not stop at the bedroom door. Playfulness is for all the time, not just privately. Ooh, this could potentially be triggering for some of us, right? Who have struggled with this public display of affection idea. Right? And I would invite you to consider when you are playful in public, when others see you be playful and flirtatious, it may just encourage them to do the same, to crash into that adulting narrative that can stifle us so much. You never know what your public playfulness can inspire others to do so. And by the way, who doesn't want a more playful world? I know I do, right? Just as an example, this past weekend, Paige Stewart and I were facilitating this retreat, and we were admittedly playful, right? Flirtatious. And we knew that the individuals at that particular event saw what was going on. We were respectful, we were honoring, and we were playful, right? Because that is who we are, both in and outside the bedroom. How about incorporating, reading, listening to other important, okay, new experiences, right? When dealing with sexual expression, right? Actually sharing those ideas with one another. Maybe it's reading, maybe it's listening to a podcast together that incorporates this idea of playfulness. And lastly, my friends, as we exit today's DLea DLayered, is have fun. I encourage you to have fun. Okay? Fun doesn't end at 7 or 10 or 17 or 30. It is time to incorporate more fun and playfulness and laughter and giggles and frivolity in the bedroom. Friends, thank you so much for jumping on. Thanks for making the time. So appreciate so many of you making this a regular in your calendar appointment television, as they say. We are here every Tuesday and Thursday, noon Central. David Lee with DLea. DLea DLayered is the name of the broadcast with Daring Deeply. Thank you so much for jumping on. If you want to know more about what we specifically do for men and women to find empowerment, passion, drive, and purpose, let us know. We are here to answer questions. Would love to get on a call with you and see if it could potentially be a good fit. We have many different opportunities and programs to jump into. One, I will make a note real quick. We do have an event coming up this Friday that is still available to jump into. It is called Daring Deeply Presents a Day of Wellness. It is being held here live in the Kansas City area. So those of you that are watching local and would love to know more information, we're going to be providing all types of incredible information, experiences around the idea of wellness and nutrition and movement. We are going to have an important and powerful guest who we are bringing in, Rachel El-Nani. She's going to perform some epigenetic hair testing. So those of you that are interested and know more about that, please send us a message. We're more than happy to tell you more about that. Registration and all that can be found on daring-deeply.com. And now I have talked my own ear off. I'm tired of hearing me talk, and I'm sure you are too. So we're going to end it there. Thank you so much for your patience. I know we had some technical difficulties at the top, and thank you so much for being here. We so appreciate all of you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for making Daring Deeply a part of your Tuesday. Have a great day. Thank you, friends. Bye-bye.